Hey everyone, and welcome to the 16th episode of Pre-Race Pulse right here on Racing America. Thanks so much for tuning in once again to get your latest NASCAR news and to preview the race weekend ahead. I'm your host for today, Taylor Kitchen, and this weekend NASCAR is heading to Richmond Raceway, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series. Before we talk about those really big races, let's get into your latest NASCAR news. In case you missed it, following Connor Zilisch's 6th Xfinity Series win of the season at Watkins Glen, Connor Zilisch was injured in victory lane. He was trying to stand on top of his car to celebrate his win, slipped from the window, and took a pretty nasty tumble. According to the CW broadcast, after that incident, he was awake, alert, and talking with medical personnel on the way to the Infield Care Center, where he was later transferred to a local hospital. Connor Zilisch shared an update from there, saying he was released from the hospital that evening and that all of his CT scans looked good. However, he did break his collarbone. So what does this mean next? Obviously, with the Xfinity Series playoffs looming and Connor Zilisch very much alive in the fight for a regular season title, what does this mean? Well, on Tuesday of this week, Connor Zilisch shared another update saying he has surgery on his collarbone to put in a plate and some screws to further along the healing process. He said also that he's working with doctors to determine a timeline for his return. Of course, we'll keep you up to date here on Racing America when we do know more about his return, recovery, etc. But as for right now, we are wishing Connor Zilisch all the best as he heals up and gets ready for the playoffs. Up next, the world of short track racing and NASCAR will collide when Cole Butcher makes his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Bristol with Friesen Racing in the number 62. Now, if you don't know who Cole Butcher is, you absolutely should. Cole Butcher is a two-time Oxford 250 winner, one of the biggest events in all of short track racing. And if you're following along with the ASA Stars National Touring Series, he's winning left and right in that. And if he's not winning, he's always contending for a win. You always see him towards the front of the pack. His talent is absolutely insane. So I'm very excited to see how he will do in his Truck Series debut at Bristol. And speaking of the Truck Series, we have another mid-season move, and this time it's with Andreas Perez and Spire Motorsports. Spire Motorsports announcing that they've granted the driver the opportunity to seek other options for the remainder of this season as well as for his future. Now, for Andreas, this opportunity falls with Nice Motorsports piloting their number 44 for the rest of the season. And this comes just a week after Nice Motorsports announced that they've parted ways with Caden Honeycutt effective immediately as he has signed a deal for the 2026 season. So a lot of dominoes moving around here. Now, for Andreas, moving to a new team mid-season can be daunting, it can be a challenge. He knows this. He said, quote, "But the team and I are working hard to be 100% by the time Richmond comes. I'm really focusing on having a good race there and feel very motivated with how the team has treated me. I feel the team is also motivated with having me there as well." Spire Motorsports, along with this announcement that they are parting ways from Andreas Perez, said that they are moving their Truck Series operation from 4 trucks to 3, transferring the owner points for the 07 to the number 77, with Corey LaJoie beginning his stint in that truck starting this weekend at Richmond. So a lot of moving dominoes, like I said, a lot to look out for, but we will keep you up to date on all of this on racingamerica.com or Racing America on SI. Let's dive right into our hot topic for the Richmond race weekend, talking about the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, because this is their final race before their championship battle begins, and the picture for all of that is not as clear as we would think, because Stewart Friesen, of course out due to injury, has the opportunity to apply for a waiver to keep himself eligible for the playoffs. But why do this? Well, according to Mike Ford on the NASCAR Holler Talk podcast, he said that the biggest incentive is the monetary benefit here. He would receive that 10th place points fund money guaranteed, even though he would not be able to compete in the playoffs due to injury. Now, if he does request a waiver and it's granted, there would technically only be 9 drivers competing for the championship and not 10. So who would this affect most that is around that cutoff bubble? Well, that would be Jake Garcia. He's currently 11 points above that cutoff line without Stewart Friesen taken into account. Now, if Stewart Friesen does get that waiver, it would bump Jake Garcia out of that playoff picture. So a little uneasy there for that team. But Richmond Raceway, it's a 3/4 of a mile D-shaped oval with 8 degrees of banking on the front stretch that make it very unique to race on, producing some close quarters action that leads to some pretty big moments and some big rivalries. You think back to 2003 with Kevin Harvick versus Ricky Rudd, 2008 with Dale Jr. versus Kyle Busch. You think back to other rivalries like the 1986 clash between Dale Sr. and DW that led to Kyle Petty's first Cup Series win. Other first-time winners here, of course, you have Casey Kane and Tony Stewart. Do I think we're going to get a first-time winner this weekend in either race? No, but you need to know where to watch them, though. Of course, the Truck Series race is this Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1. And for the Cup Series, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday on USA. As for our winning predictions, I'm looking no further than the Toyota camp this weekend. This is a very good track for Toyota, and you think about it, and you think Corey Heim for Truck and Denny Hamlin for Cup. No more elaboration there. I think those two are going to get it done this weekend. But what do you think? Let me know your winning predictions in the comments below. And thank you all so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Pre-Race Pulse right here on Racing America, dropping new episodes every Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment on your thoughts from the latest NASCAR news we talked about in this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And until next time, we will see you later. Take care.